I don't know where you guys are all at in the editing landscape, but I think that as an editor, you kind of have to have a habit that you go in with in terms of like how you start to cut. So everybody has different habits about how they do it. And my habit is I have the raw material to watch, and I will, and an idea of what's going to happen with it, because I'll talk to the director about it ahead of time, or not. And then when I'm watching stuff, if I identify, if it captures me, and I'm kind of like I'm sitting back and I'm just watching it go by, and then something happens, and I'm like, oh, that's good. It's that kind of lean-in moment. That tells me this is something to pay attention to. And the first thing I do is make selects. I just take clumps of things and I put them in a row so that when I come back to the material, I don't have to like wade through all of it again. I've already made some choices. Doesn't mean those are the only things that go into the film. It just means that that's just how I wrap my arms around it. Because if you try to think about it all, you can't think about it all at once.
I was just going to say, one of the things that I think is really important, and a lot of people rush through this step, is watching the footage. And for some reason today, and especially with nonlinear editing, it's very easy to sort of fly through footage and think that you're finding those select pieces that you want. And I have found, and this is really from back in days of watching film, when you couldn't really speed through it because you couldn't hear it. Now you can sort of speed through it and sort of hear it, so you sort of use it as a shortcut. The first time you watch the footage, there are impressions that the footage made on me, which made it into the final film.
Yeah.
And I remember that first time I saw it, either it was a gesture by a character or it was something they said, and it wasn't even the big moments of the film. You know, it wasn't those sort of pivotal moments that you know absolutely this is going to be transitional or transformational for the character.
Yeah.
Of course it's good.
Yeah.
It's those smaller moments where you see character starting to develop.
Right.
And it's either a way that they look or they respond. It's something in the footage, and I always make a note of it. And it's like, and it's those things that I remember. So I think getting to know the footage, and again, this goes back to the patient camera and the patient editor. There has to be this almost commitment to the time that you're going to put into this.